18 and at 30 decided that you wanted to get into business. And the reason that you decided to get into business is because you have 2 daughters and you said, I have to open that door for them. That was the motivation. So take me through that to now running a business that operates across 50 different geographies, across multiple, customers from the Walmarts of the world to Costco's. What has that been like?
Thank you, Shireen. It's such a great company out here. So let me give you my story. I was seeing at the back the audacity of ambition, and I think we all have a right to dream, don't we? Women, whether, for me, that's where it began. I was a homemaker, and you guys have all been professionals, but I was a homemaker when I started and thought to start working. I'm from a Marwari community, very conservative. And having 2 daughters and not a son was a big deal. And for me, I realized that in the sense of that I have to create the legacy. And I think all of us, whether it's the male or the women, both have a right for financial independence. And why not? And I think that's the legacy. That's the legacy for me was very, very important. I wanted my daughters to know that they have that opportunity to do what they want to do. And I think that's where it was. And it hasn't been easy for me, Shireen, as well. When you talk about the businesses that I lead, even the textile business when I started leading, today we are $1 billion in top line, but when I started it was just $400 million. But the word was around that, is Welspun really serious about doing anything? They have a woman at the helm of affairs, she doesn't know anything. And the irony was, the other side, the customer was a woman, the merchandiser was a woman, but it was a male-dominated society, a male-dominated industry. And I said, okay, let me do this. And I played on my strength there, Shireen. It wasn't about that, okay, I didn't know textiles. I didn't know how the cotton was bought, how spinning was done, how was weaving done. I didn't know anything. I played on my strengths. And I think, Shireen, for all of us sitting here, I think we all have our strengths. We all need to play on that and see what we can do. And for me, I think that was a very interesting journey that began from there. And today, when I started, and today when I say today, we are highest in innovation, the ESG that we do, you can see a different perspective. And when you talk about that ambition, and we all urban here, but I have around 20,000 people working in my factories, and 30% are women. And imagine that ambition there. She leaves at 5 a.m. to come for a shift in the morning, doing everything, but an ambition to earn so that she can give a better life to her children. I think it's a dream. And I think, Shireen, if we all can do that, if we can really make and inspire women. So for me, that's what it is. I think if I can open that door for those many women, I can open that door for those women in the communities who are earning around 20,000 rupees, sitting in the village where they can give and buy a better kind of a life for their kids. I think that's what it is. And it is this India we are talking about. We are sitting in Mumbai. It's that India in the hinterland you're talking about.
But you're absolutely right. And that is why we want to take these conversations not just through the metros, but outside of the metros. And that's what we're attempting to do as well with the storytelling that we're doing. But Dipali, when you started, it was about 8% women, and you said now it's about 30%. Would you have got to this number if you were not there? You think if you as a woman leader were not steering the company, would you have seen this 8 to 30% growth in the number of women?
I think, Shireen, it would have been difficult because for me, my door is open always. I'll just give you a small anecdote for everyone. It's a very interesting one. I did a program in my factories where, the families were trained to share the workload of women, to respect what she was doing. And I think that's what got so many women in the fold as well. I think that sensitivity is so important. You can talk about diversity, but that diversity just doesn't happen like that. It's the door that somebody opens for them. And I think that's what it is, Shireen.
Yes, and
HSBC presents CNBC-TV18's Future Female Forward, the Women's Collective, powered by Parity, Season 2.